All right, thank you for your testimony. Mr. Quinn, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. Good afternoon. I appreciate the invitation to be here today to testify in support of the Strategic and Critical Minerals Production Act introduced by Representative Amodei. Now, the United States possesses one of the largest resource bases in the world. Just recently, 24/7 Wall Street, a financial news and commentary outlet, published the results of its own analysis that ranked U.S. second globally in resource value. Even better news is that the United States Geological Survey has concluded that when it comes to certain key metals and minerals, what is left to be discovered is almost as much as what has been discovered to date here in the United States. Now, despite this resource advantage, the U.S. is becoming more heavily dependent on mineral imports for its resource needs. Our import dependence on key minerals has doubled over just the past 2 decades. Today, less than half the mineral needs of our manufacturing sector are being met by domestic mining and production. We're also attracting a decreasing share of world investment for exploration, a leading indicator where future mineral development will occur. In 1993, the U.S. attracted 20% of all the exploration dollars spent globally. Today it is only 8%. Now, when you talk to chief executives of either major mining companies or junior companies, investment bankers, investment advisors, they all identify the protracted timeframes for permitting the U.S. as a major impediment for attracting investments in U.S. mineral development. Here's the question they all confront. Would you invest in the United States where the payback or return on investment may not start for 7 or 10 years? Or would you go somewhere else like Canada, Australia, Chile, just to name a few nations, where your return will begin in two years, if not much more? This problem is not new. We have government reports, National Academy of Science reports, third-party reports, all documenting permitting delays as a high investment hurdle domestically. The issue has been studied, it's been talked about for some time. It's only now that we're realizing the real consequences and the risks it poses to fragile supply chains as we become more import dependent for our mineral needs. Now is the time to bring a real sense of urgency and a sense of direction to address this problem. The Strategic and Critical Minerals Production Act does both, and here's how it does it. It incorporates best practices into agency procedures for coordination of permitting among other agencies, clarifying responsibilities, avoiding duplication, setting time frames, and frankly just bringing some accountability to the process. This legislation reflects recommendations you will find in the Council of Environmental Quality Regulations, directives and recent executive orders, and suggestions from even the President's Jobs Council. We have policies and executive orders to improve permitting performance for energy, infrastructure, and manufacturing. What we don't have is any similar directives or urgency about addressing the same issue for the front end of the supply chain, the metals and minerals that are integral for all this to be a success. So if we want to have a manufacturing renaissance in this country so we can make more things here in America rather than just assembling the pieces, now is the time for acting on solutions for the front end of the supply chain. Thank you for the invitation to be here today to testify in support of H.R. 4402.